everyone. I wanted to do something different for this prompt, and it turned out there was so much to explain that I needed to talk it through rather than write subtitles. So this is me. I knew I didn't want to do a black and white page, but I still went through my images file and pulled out a few which could be monochromatic. I'd forgotten how many nice images I had. I definitely want to use this one at some point. And this one. And this. And this. I was intrigued by this one and stole an idea from it, but my interest was finally sparked by this one. It reminded me of Kat Hand's painted circles. I'll put a link to her video below. I printed out some quotes from Google about monochromatic and actually used one of them. I woke up yesterday morning thinking orange, so I chose two possible acrylic paints, one crafter's acrylic and one fluid acrylic, both from Deco Art. I chose the crafter's acrylic, it's called Pure Pumpkin. So I knew I wanted to use paint rather than collage this time, and I looked up monochromatic painting and found a short video which I found really useful. It showed how to get a range of colours that are monochromatic. I went through the process myself, and I'll speed it up because his video shows it so much better, and I'll leave the link below. This is actually my first attempt. I masked off the edges with washi tape, and then I gessoed this first attempt, but later on I used a heavy watercolour paper which I didn't gesso. Although this is still my first attempt, I'm showing the colour mixing here because I didn't film it again. At this point I thought I should have used watercolour rather than acrylic because acrylic dries too quickly, and later on I learned to mix one colour at a time. This was a 5 cups of coffee project. I was aiming for a graduated background from dark to light. I tried a sponge, a brush, my fingers and a baby wipe, and I couldn't get the effect I wanted. Later on I used a dry baby wipe which worked. Of course I didn't film this. It's a steep learning curve. This is the beginning of my final attempt. This is the background I eventually ended up with, and I'm quite happy with it. So now to make the bubbles. I used a selection of caps of different sizes, and then I filled the bubbles with white paint and then colour using my fingers and then a cotton bud when the circles were too small. I used a white gel pen to outline the circles and then added the quotation and a small blue dot. I'm sorry this is so dark. It's now turned midnight and I've just spent the last 3 hours in front of the television shading all the circles with a brown charcoal pencil to tidy them up. And so here I am re-adding the white circles, and I'm much happier with the result. I also added stickles to the small blue dot and left it to dry overnight. Good night. Good morning. This morning I reprinted the quote and then I reprinted it again as a single word block, which I mounted with double-sided foam tape. I didn't film this, but you'll see it in the close-ups. So the close-ups are on their way. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.